glitter glue. As you can see, I've got a fair amount of glitter glue, and this glitter glue I've probably had for, well, definitely more than 10 years. I decided to use some the other day and I realised that a lot of it I can't use anymore. So I've got some that the plastic is just falling apart because it's so brittle, and the glue inside has just dried into a hard lump. And there's just nothing I can do with that. So ones that are like that, I'm definitely going to have to throw away. Another one. I've got some that have separated. So if I get one like this, you can see that it's not dried up, but it's got like a gel in the middle, and the glitter's all gone to the top and all gone to the bottom, but it's a lot thicker than it should be. So something like this, I think I can bring back to life. I'm going to sort these out for the ones that I think will work and the ones that think won't. I've got some that actually don't seem too bad, so I think I might be able to get away with them. Now, I'm not going to show you with all of the glitter glues, but I'll show you just with these two. We'll start with the blue one. As you can see, there's like a clear gel in the middle. The glue's settled at this end and at this end, and it's very, very thick. So I'm going to take the lid off, and the first thing I'm going to do is have a look at what the glue's like at the end. Now, this is really hard. I'm going to just take that bit of glue there because I think that's probably too hard to do anything with. So I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to put some water. It's just plain water. And I know these were fairly full. They were up to about here. I can tell how much has evaporated. A lot of it's my own fault because I kept them in my shed, which gets freezing cold in the winter and it gets boiling hot in the summer. I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. Have a look to see how hard that is, and that's fairly hard. So I'm just going to take that hardest bit out and then put some water in this one as well. I may have to push that down slightly because the water's not even going through. So they've both got some water in. I'm going to put the lids on and give them both a quick shake. Now, if they're not too badly done, you might find that this will be enough to reconstitute them. But to be honest, I think these are too far gone to get them going like that. And I just got something that fitted in and just stirred it to try and get the water to mix in with the gel and the glitter. And you can see it's already becoming a little bit softer because the glitter is water based, so that helps. I made this with my 3D printer. I designed it myself, and I will leave the STL on the end of this video, so if anybody wants it, they can print their own. I've got the little screwdriver, and it's just a standard screwdriver bits that it takes. It's a 1/4 inch one, and it's just a little rechargeable. It's not a very strong one, and I've made it so that it just about fits in the end. So it's a tight fit. Now, if you make one it's a little bit too hard to get in, just sand it slightly, and when you sand it slightly it will fit in, but you want it to be tight because you don't want it just falling out on you. I can put that in the glitter and I can just stir using, oops, don't turn it over too much. And I don't know if you can see, but this is helping mix all the glitter and the gel and the water together. Now, I'm not going to do it until this is completely mixed because it did take a few minutes. I'm going to disappear for a little while and I'm just going to mix it up and then I'll come back to you. If you find you've got any lumps like this, then I would just throw the lumpy bits away because that's really lumpy. Any bits of excess glitter, you can just put back in the bottle, and I'm going to put the lid back on. Just give it a little shake. I recommend to leave these overnight because then what happens is the water mixes its way a lot more into the glue. So I'm going to have a go with the blue one. This one I'll do manually, so it will probably take a little bit longer. Okay, as you can see, it's fairly well mixed now. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And you haven't lost anything. If it doesn't work, you were going to throw them away anyway because they were no good. all you've lost is a little bit of time. So I've got the glitter, and now I'm going to see what I can do with it, because there's no point me just putting it back in my shed and then in another 5 years or so trying to reconstitute it again. So I've got some plastic which are just literally folders. I've got a couple of white card, a couple of bits of black card. I've got this, which is one of the mats that you put under things to stop them slipping. Bit of hessian, a little bit of tulle. I'm not quite sure what this is called, but it's a sort of satiny material. This is a swab, but it's a non-woven swab. I've got a little bit of lace, and I've also got some swabs that are cotton and they're woven. So I've got a few of those. I've got a little bit of bandage, but it's not cotton, it's like polyester-y type material, and a little bit of interfacing. So I'm going to just pop a little bit of glitter on, and I'm just going to spread it with a palette knife. And remember, I would have just thrown this away. This would have just been a waste of money because it wouldn't have been used. So even if this doesn't work, you haven't really lost anything. I'm putting a fair amount of glitter. So that's that one. We'll do a little bit of this. I'll put a little bit of lace. Haven't got a clue how these will go because I haven't tried it out before. So it may not work, but we'll find out together. And this is the non-woven bandage. Now I thought I'd try to put some on the card as it is, colour the card itself. I'm sure people have done this already. I'll do a little bit of the blue on the white card. And I'm going to do some with the woven bandage, but I'm going to do it on top of the card. Probably would have been better doing this in gold because it probably would have shown up more, but never mind. Actually, it does look quite pretty. I'm amazed at how well this glitter glue's come out. I didn't think it would actually come out quite as well as it has. So that's the blue. And we'll do a little bit of white. We'll put the cotton woven swab on top of that. The woven swab. And the last few I'm going to do on another one of these. So this is the tulle. This is that satiny, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I thought I'd give it a try. The woven cotton bandage. And the bandage that's like a nylon-y, polyester-y type material. I'm not quite sure what it is. Seems to be a lot of the modern bandages are made like this, whereas the woven one seems more like the old-fashioned type of bandage. Okay, I'm going to leave these all overnight until they dry. It's been 24 hours and my glitter glue is all dried. We have some scrim tape here, which I didn't actually show you me doing, as I found it just after I finished the last video. So I'm going to peel that off. Non-woven bandage, interfacing, lace, non-stick sheet. They're all peeling off very easily. Tulle, the satiny stuff, the woven bandage, that's sort of like polyester, and these are just the 2 bits with the woven bandage on paper or on card, and the 2 bits without. I've used a selection of dies to try die cutting the different materials just to see what happens. The lace I haven't die cut because I like it as it is, and I'm just going to trim it down and use the lace on its own. Any bits that are left over on the edges, quite often you could just pull them off or else just cut them off. This is the scrim tape. I cut a heart and a flower. I don't know if I would go for anything more intricate than this one though, because I don't think it would work. This is the one made of interface. I've cut a butterfly, a couple of flowers and a flower centre. This is the non-woven swab. One of my dies moved as I was cutting, so it hasn't cut out that well, but that's user error. Again, there's a flower centre, a butterfly, another flower which is quite intricate, and again, as you can see, that's cut out nicely, and the last flower. This one's quite strong. Again, you can tear it, but you have to work at it. The Hessian, I didn't think it would cut anything too delicate, so that I just cut 3 heart shapes. I didn't want to try anything with anything intricate in it because I wasn't sure it would cut it. And lastly, I'm going to look at the non-slip material, and I cut 3 hearts out of that. Again, I didn't want to go for anything too intricate because I didn't know how well it would work. They're the gold ones, and now we'll go to the blue. This is the woven swab, cut out very nicely. As you can see, the bits are a little bit stuck, so you would need to work on it to get the pieces of the die cut out, but they do come out. You just need to just pull them a little bit. And this butterfly came out lovely. We have the shiny satiny material, which cut out the 2 flowers very nicely, but it just couldn't do the butterfly. It was just too delicate, and trying to get any of the parts out, it just fell apart really. So you can use it, but only on dies that aren't too intricate. This is the tulle. The tulle, I cut a butterfly, couple of 3 flowers. Again, be careful with the tulle. As you can see, this is broken. You'd have to be quite delicate with it. I don't think I'd even attempt to taking the parts out of the butterfly with the tulle. And this is the woven swab. So we have a flower and a butterfly. I've got another couple of bits that are still in it here. Can I go back to that last one? This was the woven swab, but it was the synthetic material one. And this is the cotton woven swab over card, and it's cut everything out lovely. To be honest, much better and much easier than the materials on their own, but the materials on their own worked quite well, so they've got a little bit more stability. And also, if you wanted to bend the butterfly wings up or shape the flowers, because they've got the card as well, you'll find that they'll cut better. Very similar to the white ones. There's the white ones, exactly the same. These are the cards with just the glitter. I messed up the butterfly. I tried to put it through twice and it moved, so the butterfly hasn't come out, but the 2 flowers have come out lovely. And this is the white with the woven swab on it, and again, they've come out really nicely. So I may make something from these at a later date, but just to say that if you do have dried up glue that you don't think you can use, you can. If you've got any more ideas on using this dried up glue, please put them below in the comments. I'd love to see what ideas you've got. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Thank you very much.